Crimson King here, playing a game of Eldar versus Dark Eldar with the Void Corsair. This is our table after deployment. It's extremely haphazardly put together, but that's okay. We're still working on our armies, that's the whole point. Mr. Corsair, you want to give us a lowdown on your deployment and your army?
Alright, so here I have a unit of Beastmasters, 2 Beastmasters, 4 Chimera, a Raider with a unit of 5 Witches with a Hecatrix in it, a Raider with 4 Incubi and my Archon in it, a Ravager, a Venom with a unit of 5 Warriors with a Blaster, 5 Scourges with 2 Haywire Blasters, a Venom with 5 Witches in it, a Raider with a unit of 10 Warriors with a Splinter Cannon, another Venom with 5 Witches in it, and a unit of 3 Reavers with Cluster Caltrops, and I have a Razorwing Jet Fighter in reserve.
There's reserves over there by the neon blue drink. Alright, I'm playing the Eldar army, so here we got 10 Dire Avengers, accompanied by a Farseer. We've got 18 Guardians with a platform with a scatter laser and a Warlock in it. We've got 10 more Dire Avengers with an Autarch in it. And we have a Wraith Lord out as well. And then in reserve, I have 6 Swooping Hawks right there. This is interesting pointing from this high up. And the Exarch, 6 Fire Dragons with an Exarch. 10 Scorpions will be using the Outflank special rule. And the Fire Dragons are inside the Wave Serpent, which will also be using the Outflank special rule. And I think, what did we roll for deployment? What is this?
Vanguard.
Vanguard. And the mission is?
Big guns never tire.
Big guns never tire. So 1, 2, 3. Where is it? 4. 5. Okay. So we'll see you guys after the end of turn 1. Alright, here we are, middle of turn 1, I guess. Middle of turn 1. So what happened here? How did this go?
I advanced my entire army forward, and especially to try and get away from board edges. I know later on the Crimson King's outflankers are going to be coming in reserves. My Ravager and Raiders moved up and tried to take out the Wraith Lord and did absolutely nothing. And then my Venom, in one round of shooting, took it down. And everything I had left fired at the Guardians through the woods, did a little bit of damage. I was able to focus fire on his Guardians that were out in the open with a Venom and took out 5, so that was pretty good.
They killed 8, jerk. Alright.
Of course, passed their morale, though.
Alright, so we'll see you guys at the bottom of turn 1. Okay, bottom of turn 1, Dire Avengers, everything advanced forward basically in this direction. Everybody ran, maybe not that fast, but they ran. Scatter laser fired at his, what are these called? Venom, and took a whole point, and then the Farseer Eldritch stormed it, finished it off, and there is its cargo standing there waiting to cut me into pieces. So, not looking good for the Eldar, although I got a lot of stuff in reserve, so let's hope they come in soon. We need their help. See ya at the middle of turn 2. Alright, here we are, the middle of turn 2, and I am in big trouble. Describe, what did you do? How did you beat my face?
My Razorwing came in from reserve and fired at his Dire Avengers. I fired 1 monocyte missile, which deviated onto his Guardians, which actually ended up being pretty helpful for me. 1 missile took out 5 Guardians. And then most of the right flank of my army fired at the rest of the Dire Avengers, taking out his Farseer, leaving only the Exarch left in the unit. And most of the left flank of my army unloaded on the Dire Avengers behind the woods, pretty much knocking them down to about half strength. My Witches then got a really good roll with Fleet on the assault and finished off the Guardians and gave themselves a pain token.
Oh boy. Here we go. We need some reserves big time here. Turn 2 coming up. Okay, bottom of turn 2. We finally got some reserve action coming in here. We've Dire Avengers are still holding on strong with their Autarch. They were able to fire and, well, I guess we'll start a movement phase. Hawks came in, dropped the grenades on the, what are they again?
Scourges.
Scourges. I don't think we killed any with the grenades, but we did kill most of them with the firing of Las Blasters and Sun Rifle. But they are not pinned or anything, so Over here, the Wave Serpent came in with the Fire Dragons. The Fire Dragons advanced, fired on the Raider. Thank you. Blew it up, killed some guys inside, killed a couple of the Beastmaster, one Beastmaster, I think. And then the cannon fired on the second Raider, took a whole point out, and it can only fire snapshots next turn. And the Scorpions kind of came in and ran, but they were not quite in range to fire on the Beastmaster squad. So still looking grim for the Eldar here, but we'll see how turn 3 works out.
I'm doing the talking here?
Well, it's the middle of turn 3, yes. It's going very well for me, I think. What happened?
Okay, so the Razor Wing turned around and unleashed at the outflanking striking Scorpions. Did some pretty heavy damage over there.
Yes.
I fired at the Wave Serpent, didn't manage to do much, and charged into the Fire Dragons with my Witches from the Raider they destroyed and my Beastmasters, and we drew that combat, killing a massive 1 model apiece. I moved my Venom over to fire at the Swooping Hawks, and managed to take out most of the unit, leaving only 2. I then did a Blade Vein and Cluster Caltrops attack for my Reavers, but wasn't able to take out that one last model.
Ooh.
Over here, my Warrior Raider swung around and finished off, along with my Venom, the Dire Avenger unit that was with the Autarch, leaving him all out in the open there. But that is it.
Trouble. This is trouble. This might... I think we're looking at our final turn here, but we'll see. See you all at the end of turn 3. Alright, Crimson King here. Bottom of turn 3. Things are looking extremely bad. We are almost tabled at this point. Striking Scorpions advanced and looked on helplessly as the Fire Dragons were ruthlessly murdered by the Beastmaster and his Chimeras, as well as the Witches. They have their pain token now. Wave Serpent destroyed the Ravager. Was it a Ravager? Raider. The Raider that had the... Killed 2 Incubi, and the Archon is very pissed. And over here, we have the lone Exarch and the Autarch decided to join forces and do nothing together. They missed the Venom. Jeez, it's hard to remember names. And then the Swooping Hawk heroically fired and charged into the Scourges and killed 1, and they held and will not flee. So here we go, top of turn 4. This is going to be quick, I think. Alright, middle of turn 4. You'll notice a severe lack of Eldar on the table. What happened on this turn? Can you remember the chaos?
Beastmasters assaulted the Striking Scorpions. The Chimeras managed to wipe the last 3 out. Just piles of attacks. Over on the other flank, the Witches got out of their Venom and bailed out my last Scourge by killing the Swooping Hawk. And under a torrent of splinter fire, the Autarch and Exarch went down. And that's it, leaving just the Wave Serpent left.
And the Wave Serpent is going to bravely flee the battlefield, so we're going to go ahead and call it here in the middle of the 4th. I've been tabled. Anyway, that is our battle report from Void Corsair and the Crimson King. So we will see you guys at the next one, where hopefully I'll make a better showing. Catch you later.